Hi, and welcome to my channel, Shades of Sage, where I discuss all things motherhood. My name is Tashima, and today I am back with another unscripted video, and I want to talk about the reason why I stopped breastfeeding. So I'm not going to keep you waiting long. I'm not going to keep you in suspense, but the main reason why I stopped breastfeeding is because I wanted to lose weight. So if you've seen any of my weight loss videos or even some of my breastfeeding videos, I do talk about how I was unable to lose weight because of breastfeeding. So I have 3 children. I had them all back to back, and I exclusively nursed them for a whole year. I went a little bit longer with my first. So that means no bottles. All the feedings were all on me. And even though breastfeeding burns a lot of calories, I am just one of those women, when I'm breastfeeding, my body holds on to all of my weight. So any weight that I gained during my pregnancy, whatever was my ending weight at my pregnancy, that's the weight I stayed the entire time that I was breastfeeding. So like I said, because I had my children back to back, the weight piled on. And so I was exclusively breastfeeding for the last 3 to 4 years. With my first, I tried cutting calories just a little bit, and I also tried exercising. And whenever I did too much of either of those things, my breast milk supply would diminish. So I knew that I couldn't do too much as far as weight loss while I was breastfeeding. With my second, same thing. I tried again, did not work. And with my third, I just totally didn't even force the issue. I knew that I could deal with my weight gain or with losing the weight once I weaned him. So like I said, I know a lot of women do lose weight while they're breastfeeding. They are successful with being able to lose weight with practically not having to change too much of anything, without having to limit their calories or without having to exercise more. But for me, no, my body just held on to every single ounce. But it was my main priority to breastfeed my children. So even though I wanted to lose weight, breastfeeding was more important to me, and I just pushed myself to continue to breastfeed them for at least that first year of life. But mentally, it was a struggle for me. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this video, because I feel like the emotional side and the mental side of breastfeeding doesn't get talked about enough. But when you're breastfeeding, your hormones are still out of whack. So we know that our hormones are imbalanced when we're pregnant, but the same thing is true for breastfeeding as well. And so I was not comfortable in my body. I've lost weight previously before I had my kids, so I know what it felt like to be bigger. But not being able to do anything about it was hard for me. It was challenging. And there were some times when I was breastfeeding my last especially, I just was like, nope, he's done. I don't want to breastfeed no more, because I knew that that was standing in my way of losing weight. But I finished, and I breastfed him on his birthday, the night of his birthday, right before he went to bed. And I was like, the next day I started with my weight loss journey, and since then I have been able to lose 50 pounds. So I know that breastfeeding was the only reason why I was not able to lose weight. And I was just ready. I was just ready to get my body back to myself, to have my body back to myself after being pregnant and breastfeeding for the last 4 to 5 years. And I was just ready to put my health and my fitness at the top of my priorities, or at the top of my goals, what I need to do for myself. So I put my kids first. I breastfed them all. I'm super happy that I was able to do that for them. But now it was time to focus on me. So originally, before I had children, I wanted to breastfeed them all for 2 years, because I know that breastfeeding is so wonderful, it's so awesome, and there are many benefits to baby and for mom for extended breastfeeding. So that's breastfeeding past that first year of life. And it's not that my supply diminished. It's not that I didn't have time to breastfeed anymore, or my hand was forced where I had to stop. I strictly stopped so I could lose weight. Sometimes I do feel guilty about it. I must admit that. And I know mom guilt is so real. We really give ourselves a hard time if we're not able to do something, even if we choose not to do something. So just remember, breastfeeding is a very personal choice. There are some moms who have to stop for medical reasons, or medication that they may be on that may not be safe for breastfeeding. There's some moms who have to stop because they go back to work, and even though they're pumping and feeding their baby at home, their supply just can't keep up with the demand. So they make that decision to stop and switch to formula. And there's some moms who just straight out the gate know they don't want to breastfeed. They don't plan on breastfeeding. They are not interested in breastfeeding, and that's perfectly okay as well. On this channel, I am a big, huge proponent of breastfeeding. So I just really want to make sure that moms who do want to breastfeed, or moms who are breastfeeding, are supported, that they're encouraged, and mostly that they're getting the correct information so that they can have a successful breastfeeding journey. But if that is your choice not to breastfeed, that's perfectly okay. If you start breastfeeding and for whatever reason you find out it's not for you, or you just don't want to continue, that's okay as well. You have to do what's best for you and your body and your baby, and at the end of the day, it's your choice. And if you are one of those moms who had to stop breastfeeding for whatever reason, or you feel like your hand was forced and you wanted to breastfeed for longer but you decided to stop, or you had to stop, I just want to tell you, don't beat yourself up about it. In the long grand scheme of things, it really doesn't matter whether you breastfeed, exclusively breastfeed, pump, bottles, formula. It really doesn't matter, just as long as your baby is happy and healthy and grows up with your love and support. But don't put too much stock into breastfeeding. The main thing is that your baby is nourished. There are some moms who really suffer mentally while they're breastfeeding, like it causes them to be depressed, and then they notice that when they stop breastfeeding, their emotions and their hormones regulate and they feel happier again. So that may be you, that may be what you have experienced or what you are experiencing. And like I said, if that happens and you have to stop breastfeeding, don't beat yourself up about it. I could have gone on breastfeeding my last child, but I know that I just would have been at that bigger weight for a longer period of time, and I just was not okay with that. I figured I put in my time, I've done enough, and I was ready to get back to feeling my comfortable self. Even now, I have some family and friends that think I should stop here at this weight, but I'm like, no, nuh-uh. There's more weight that I want to lose, and I'm the only one who has to walk around in my body. So I had to do what's best for me, and you have to do what's best for you. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you found it encouraging. If you are breastfeeding, or if you did have to stop breastfeeding for whatever reason, leave a comment down below on maybe some of the reasons why you stopped breastfeeding, if you were happy with that decision, or if you were upset or felt like that was a decision that you had to make. Definitely leave a comment down below. I love to read and share our experiences together. That's all that I have for you today. If you like this video, give me a great big thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. And remember to let your story be your power. Bye.